beginners part 2, I guess. Hopefully enjoy the part 1. If you haven't, go check it out. It'll help you a lot to understand what we'll be doing to date as well. Let me just move my microphone so it's a little bit more easier. There we go. So, welcome back to Exploits in part 2 of our Kali Linux Basics series. We'll dive into file management and permissions, and you'll learn how to create, view, edit, and manage files in Linux, plus how to handle permissions. And let's get started, I guess. Let's talking more action, right? So, in part 1, we have learned how to navigate direction, create them with mkdir, and remove them using midr and mr-r. Today, we're going to step further by working with files and permissions. So the first step, what we're going to do, can we recap what we have done? I'm pretty sure we have. Hopefully you can then, remember everything. So what we're going to do is going to use touch. We're going to touch you. Touch. What does it do? Well, let me show you. If you type in touch, then space, then let's say my file.txt. My file.txt. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Cool. Then we're going to press enter. What happened? Well, the touch command creates an empty file. Here we've created a file named file.txt. So what we can do is cat my file.txt. Now we got asking, why am I using a cat? Well, a cat, what does a cat mean? A cat displays the content of the file. Since the file is empty, nothing is shown. So, cat, nothing, right? What can we do? But can we check if the file exists? Remember this command? pwd means where we are. ls, list the things we have. And as you can see in green, my file.txt. Right, what we're going to do next is, right, so we have done cat, we already covered that. So we're going to use nano. So new command time. No, nano, not I. Nano space my file dot txt, right? And what we're going to do now is press enter. So what this has open is a completely different terminal, right? So what we can do, we can add some text like e.g., I don't know, print, let's go here, print, where's the, no, double quote, there we go, hello world, let's say that, right, hello world, and save it using Control+O, then exit with Control+X. So Control O, file name, blah blah blah. Yeah, we do, and then exit. Exit. Right. Anyway, I hate using nano. Sometimes it gets really confusing. Anyway, the nano command opens as a simple text editor in the terminal. You can edit, you can file, save, changes, and etc. So let's say ls. It still exists. Okay, we know that. So if it did save, what we can do cat again, my file dot txt. Let's see what happens now. And look what it said. Print hello world. I did that Python completely wrong. Anyway, I'm going to teach you how to do correct Python. It's like really late and I'm really tired. So I just wanted to show you an example of what it does. As you can see, we have added something into our file, which is great, right? So what we can do now to make it more how it all works, now when we use cat, the file content is displayed, right? As you can see. So rename or move a file using a command mv. Right, so we're going to do mv my file txt. Then we're going to do with a command, make sure you copy it, rename. Is that no? I think that's spelled completely wrong. Renamed. Let's say dash file dot txt, and then we're going to press enter. Nothing happened. Well, what it did, well, the explanation of it is that MV is used to move or rename files. Here we've renamed the file.txt to renamed dash file.txt. So we can, number 6, we can also copy a file using cp. So we're going to do, let's see if we actually did something, ls. So you see, as you can see, we have renamed the file from myfile.txt. Okay, so what we can do now to make our steps even better, we can do cp renamed file.txt, cp the renamed txt, then we can do copy, copy dash of dash file dot txt, a little bit longer command, copy file. Did I type? Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. Now we're going to press enter. Nothing happened as well. So what has happened, the cp command created a copy of a file. Now we have rename.file and copy file.txt, right? So now we have technically like 2 files. So if you want to delete a file, we can use the command rm. So we can use rm. Let's say we delete a copy file, copy dash of dash file dot txt. So if you do that, we do bof, and what happened? Well, the rm command deletes the file because, you know, there was nothing really in it, so it's easier to delete. But be cautious, this cannot be undone when you do that, right? So now we're going to move on to a little bit different. So we're going to do cleared, so we have more space on the screen, and file permissions, view files and permissions. So we can do, I don't know, let's say ls dot capital L. Would that work? Oh yeah, that did work. Rename dash file.txt, as you can see in green. So this ls dash L command lists files with the permissions. Let's break it down. Output, R stands for read, W for the write. So let me show you. So for you to fully understand what all of it stands for, I'm going to kind of break it down. So the ls space dash L command list files with the permissions. So let's break it down. So the breakdown is the output R stands for read, W for write, and X for execute. The first 3 are for the file owner, the next 3 for the group, and the last 3 for others. Okay, so hopefully a little bit confusing, but you get the gist more you do stuff. Basically this first bit here, right? Nothing here. We don't care about this. No. We care about this. I don't know what highlights everything. Well, basically that. What's highlighted the first, but all of that. Right, so we got that. Right, so change files permissions using the command chmod. So we do chmod. We do 644 renamed dash file txt. No, I spelled that wrong. I need sleep. File dot txt. Right. So what does it do? The chmod or chmod. The chmod changes files permissions here. 644. sets the file to be readable and writable by the owner and readable by everyone else. So you understand, right? Just going to press enter, right? It's weird that doesn't do nothing, but it does a lot of things behind. Well, you can't see. So what we're going to do is ls-l. I'm going to do this, and see, it's different. Well, it looks the same, but it's not, because as you can see, this is how it's written here, right? Look at the dashes and look at the order of dashes here. It has removed the W and added the dash there, right? So it's changed a little bit different, but kind of the same, if you know what I mean. There's a lot, so we'll take it one step at a time. As you can see, that updated permission with ls as we made. So make a file executable. So what we can do is clear the screen first, so we have more space to work with, and we can do chmod plus x renamed file .txt, right? And then what does plus and x stands for? The example is the plus and x option adds a execute permission to the file. Now we can run like a script if it's a executable content inside of it, like malicious malware or bad stuff, good stuff, or just executable codes. Obviously use it ethically, don't use it in a bad way because you can get in a lot of trouble. I'm just teaching you how to do educational purposes only. Use it at your own risk, okay? I'm not responsible for anything else, right? And we press enter. We do ls-l, and see, it changed again. It's now rwxr-xr, so it changed again from what we did in the past, right? Which is incredible. So if we wanted to, let's say, delete everything, right? So as we did before, we do rm, because we have a file inside of it, so we have to use -r renamed .file .txt, and did it do it? We can check by ls, and yes, it did. The reason why it worked is because we use rm space -r, because we already had an executable file inside of, as you remember, print hello world. So we had to use this command, not rmdr, because it wouldn't really work, because it would say, oh, I cannot find this, or denied, or stuff like that. And also we have added permissions, remember? So we had to use everything else, but because we did that, I cannot bring it back anymore. So hopefully, the recap of today's video. Today, we covered creating and managing files using touch, cat, nano, mv, cp, and rm. I'm still new to nano, so bear in mind that it looked really messy today. I'm new to nano. And rm, as well as viewing and changing file permissions with ls space -l and chmod. These commands are essential for working in files in Linux. So if you enjoyed this video and want a part 3, let me know and I'll make another one. I'll just make another one anyway, because I like playing around with Kali Linux and I learn new things at the same time with you guys. So at the end of the day, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.